All right, so my stupid mic was off the whole time, so that's awesome. But still wanted to re-record over because I think this was a cool draft, and it didn't look like the most powerful deck, but the pieces came together really well, and I think it was really cool. So wanted to get started. And to begin with, we don't open a great pack. We don't have a good rare. We don't have any like busted uncommons, but we do get a Moonrager Slash, which is one of the better commons in the set. I don't think it's the best common in the set. I know a lot of folks are just think it's 1 mana, it's Lightning Bolt, right? But it's 3 mana in the early game. In the late game, when it's night, the decks that want it to be night are werewolf decks, in which case it's not as good in those types of decks. A lot of the flyers that you have to deal with are usually like disturbed creatures, so you're not getting your value there either. So yeah, I still think it's one of the top commons. I just don't think it's like the best common. Here we see a Thermo Alchemist, Stromkirk Blood Thief, but I really do want to try that spell stack. There's a Beloved Beggar here, which isn't great in white-red. You usually want to be white-black for that. So we're going to take the Thermo Alchemist and see how we do. This pack is kind of a blank. So there's Revenge of the Drowned, Sunrise Cavalier, and then we could abandon our first 2 picks and take Blade Stitched Scab, which I think blue-black is one of the premier decks in the format. But yeah, I'm not about that life right now. It's too much. It's too much. So we're going to stick with Sunrise Cavalier. Because I think it's the best card in the pack. It does share one of our colors, so we'll take a flyer on it. Maybe white's open. We'll have to see. This pack, again, nothing's really pulling me into another color. I don't think that Curse of Surveillance is all that good. It's 5 mana for something that doesn't do anything on board. You do get extra card advantage if you're able to live, you know? But it's tough to figure out which blue deck is really going to be able to play that type of long game. Blue-black has Decayed Creature tokens, which don't block. Blue-white is Disturb, in which case you're kind of more aggressive. And then you're also not blocking a lot. You're usually casting your Disturbed creatures from the yard and giving them flying. Blue-green, you're milling yourself so damn fast. It's like, what's the point? So yeah, I'm not sure what deck that card goes in. So we're just going to take Famished Foragers. We're not going to break out a color. We know we want to be in red. So we're just going to do it here. We could take Harvestide Infiltrator, but like I said, I really want to do the blue-red spells deck. And Organ Hoarder is just a fine card. It's not the best common in the set again, but it's up there. I think it's blue's best common. It is 4 mana. One of the problems with blue is that there's a ton of good 4 mana stuff in blue, like Revenge of the Drowned, Organ Hoarder. There's just a ton out there competing for your 4-drop slot. And I mean, I think it's set wide. There's a lot of good 4-drops. So for Organ Hoarder, yeah, it trades off, gets you card advantage. It's really good, but it is in competition a lot. So you want to be careful with when you're drafting 4-drops, right? Here, total blank for us. Could take Festival Crasher, which is borderline playable even in the blue-red spells deck, I think. There's Gavony Trapper, best card in the pack, I think. Cathar Commando probably fits with the white-red playstyle better. That being said, Thermo Alchemist, Moonrager Slash are more control-y cards. So we're going to take Gavony Trapper here. I do think Gavony Trapper's stronger in a vacuum than Cathar Commando, though. So took that there. There's Geist Wave. We could take that if we want to, try to continue to do this blue life, or just bite the bullet and take Festival Crasher. Festival Crasher is honestly probably a little bit better in white-red than it is in blue-red. And that's because you're more offensive. So you're able to, play combat tricks and have it get in for 3 or whatever. Although, like, I still wouldn't play it in white-red. There's better 2-drops in white that you can get. Like the Coven Flyer thingy. There's better 2-drops in red as well. There's that Wolf that makes things unable to block, which is a fine card in white-red. Oh, also, there's a player at this table who does not know how to read. Oh, yeah. This is the Saga of Solo DJ. It's really his show. It's Solo DJ's world, and we're all just living it. Solo does actually improve a little bit, but this first pack was real rough. I don't know if they were disconnected in that time, in which case that's really unfortunate. But here, pretty easy Lambhole Terrier. I do like this 2-drop quite a bit. It's relevant late. There's a lot of board stalls this early in the format, so we're going to take that here. There's Search Party Captain, and then another Revenge of the Drowned. So I forget what I took here, but I'm pretty sure I end up taking the Revenge because I'm a clown, and I'm desperate to make this blue-red spells deck work. But if I do, it's incorrect. I should have been taking the white card there. 2 Organ Hoarders and a Revenge of the Drowned are probably worse than a Sunrise Cavalier, a Gavony Trapper, and a Search Party Captain. I wonder what deck Solo DJ drafted. Just all bombs, I'd imagine. I'd imagine it's all bombs. Oh, or maybe the packs were just the most complicated card. It may be Arena bugged out and loaded in a different language for Solo DJ than the one that they're native to. Or it could be like a speed reading thing for them, and they're just trying to improve their reading skills. Just don't know. We just don't know. It's the saga of Solo DJ. They're ridiculous. All right, Storm. We're just clearing up the end of the pack here. Another Revenge of the Drowned. That's a gift. Revenge of the Drowned is good. I really like that card. I mean, it really impressed me this draft. Even in blue-red, which I think it's not a great card in, it really impressed me. There's just so many cards that have sacrifice synergies and stuff, and it really blows those up, right? There's that 1-drop in black where you sack another creature to turn it into a 4/4 demon, and Revenge of the Drowned just destroys that card. It just mauls it. Even though it's a 1-drop, they end up paying 4 for it. You do it in response, and then you Revenge of the Drowned, you put it on top, so then they end up drawing their card again, and it's just really good. It's a huge tempo loss for the opponent. Anyway, Sludge Monster is cool. It doesn't play as good as it looks. It's rare that it can just take over a game, and the reason for that is that it makes things 2/2, so eventually they're just going to be able to block it, and it doesn't make things 2/2s if you can't attack with it. So so either you can attack with it, you make a couple things into 2/2s, and then they form a brick wall against it, or you can't attack anything, and then it doesn't do anything. So, but it is a strong card, and it certainly, helped us out this draft. It's a nice little, I wouldn't call it like bomb, I would just say it's a very, very good card. What did we pick up there? Oh, Spellrune Painter, which is really cool. I wanted to try that card out and see how viable it is. I think the werewolf side of Spellrune Painter is really, really strong. So, super pumped to see how that works in the blue-red spells deck. Solo DJ. Another bomb. That's our second and 3 picks. Although I guess I wouldn't call Sludge Monster a bomb. Burn Down the House is a bomb, especially in blue-red spells. If you get ways to recur that thing, it's insane. There's Ardent Elementalist for 4 mana in red at common. And yeah, you can just get your Burn Down the House back. So this card is great. And it avoids the traps that Wraths fall into, right? Because of the alternate mode there. You can just make little devil tokens if you don't want to Wrath the board. All right, if you're already up on board, it's still going to give you... It actually does a really good job at giving you reach if you're up on board. Because those devils, when they die, they can ping. It gives you 3/1/1s that ping your opponent. So that's really, really good. Here is just a great pack for white. Gavony Dawnguard is really nice. Ecstatic Awakener is really nice. Candlegrove Witch and Candletrap. So just not in our colors. Green, blue, and red get shafted in this pack. But we'll take an Unblinking Observer. It does help ramp us for our spells. So they're a nice, I guess, one-off in this type of deck. You know, it's no Llanowar Elf or anything, but it has 2 power, which can be relevant as well. So it can trade up. Decent defensive creature that helps ramp you. Usually when you're ramping in Limited, you want to be ramping to your 5-drop creature, right? Or your 4-drop creature from turn 3 or turn 4. But it still helps. Here we got a tough decision. Well, not so tough. I think it's Consider, but Gale Drifter and Seekers of the Gear are also fine cards. Shadow Beast Sighting, the best card in the pack, but Consider is what the blue-red spells deck really needs. It needs cheap spells. So we can trigger Spellrune Painter, our Thermo Alchemist, so we can get those synergies going. Secrets of the Key does flashback, but the card is just so damn slow that I'm not a fan of it. It's just way too slow in this format. But Gale Drifter is fine. It's a Snapping Drake with upside. Better in the Disturb deck, of course, when you have the synergies to support it. Alright, here we go. There's a Flame Channeler, which technically does work in our deck, although we only have 1 spell that triggers it right now, which is Moonrager Slash. And then there's a Baithook Angler, which is a fine 2-drop. Immolation is mediocre removal, worse at its worst in blue-red, because we want the spells synergies for our, and that doesn't trigger them. It's an enchantment. It's an aura. So there's also Locked in the Cemetery again. It's an aura, but so we'll take Flame Channeler. It's a fine 2-drop here. We could take an Evolving Wilds to help our mana. We do have a double blue and a double red card, but Firmament Sage is fine. You know, there's situations in which you can just go off with that card in the blue-red spell stack specifically, right? Because you have all of these instants, and so you can turn it to night on your turn, cast a bunch of instants, and then when it's your turn and get your card, and then when it's your turn again, cast 2 creatures, flip it back to day. So there's a lot you can do with Firmament Sage and blue-red. Easy Baithook Angler. Happy to pick up that 2-drop. Deck's coming together. What I need here, obviously more Thermo Alchemist, but I need like a Burn the Accursed would be really nice. Moonrager Slashes, any red burn removal. Bounce would be good. Just cheap spells and in payoffs, you know. But it's coming together with a whole nother pack to go. We're doing okay. I'd say it's not insane, but we're doing okay. Another Baithook Angler is a gift. Solidifying that 2-drop spot. Baithook Angler has been super impressive for me. Trades off in the early game. It's 2-drop, and then you get a little 1/2 flyer afterwards, which is also somewhat relevant. It blocks Vampire Interloper, right? But you can also ping in with it occasionally. Nothing. Candlegrove Witch shouldn't go that way, so it's probably a sign that white's open. But I just want to signal the person to my right at this point. Solo DJ, he's catching up. See? He's getting better. Each pack, Solo DJ is improving. And we open one of the worst packs I've ever seen. Holy shit. This is absolute garbage. I've never seen... Wow. So the rule in Magic packs are that there has to be at least 1 card of every color in the common slot, right? Not including, you're not guaranteed like an artifact or anything. So we have the bare minimum, or blue and red, right? So there's the bare minimum amount of cards that we can have in our colors in this pack, and they're both trash, right? Stormrider Spirit is almost unplayable. I guess if you're desperate, you can play it. And then Stolen Vitality is a trick that is just not relevant in our deck. follow it up with another mediocre pack. So we do have Arcane Infusion, but we're going to try to wheel that. And I think that was the correct thing to do, because Fading Hope is not going to wheel. Fading Hope is a good unsummon effect. It's cheap, and we have to just hope that Arcane Infusion wheels for us. Now we get a gift. Now we get a good pick. Spellrune Painter is good. Super happy to get that. Easy pick there. Another trash pack. So this pack is going terribly for us. We get another Consider here. I think that's correct over the third Revenge or Bait Hook Angler. Now we can just pick up that Bait Hook Angler over nothing. So this third pack was terrible. You know, we were looking good, packs 1 and 2, and then the third pack just kind of smacked us in the face. So, not very impressed with this. And now we're, you know, getting towards the end of the pack. So, there's not a lot of hope here for us to get past some Signpost uncommons or some good cards. We can hope we can wheel that Arcane Infusion. It was just, they were all just bad packs. So I don't know if Solo DJ had anything to do with it. Probably. That might be why it's taking him so long to get through his packs, because he's fucking with us. We do love Solo DJ here. We don't love his behavior, his cheeky behavior in the draft queue. Ardent Elementalist is a huge pickup for us. That's awesome. Gets back our Moonrager Slash. Gets back our Burn Down the House. We don't have really any removal in this deck, so that counts as an extra removal spell for us if we, you know, we're able to set that up. So that's really huge. I guess you can count Revenge of the Drowned as removal, but ways to answer permanently ways to answer threats. Here, I'm just going to take that. That's a more annoying card. It is what it is. I don't... We have some minor synergies with 2 Revenge of the Drowned for Decayed tokens, but I didn't want to play Neonate's Rush. I don't even have any vampires in this deck, so... And then we just, now we play the waiting game. Waiting for our packs. Trying to build the deck here. Because, yeah, this was our open. So I'm just going to take the rare. And we did wield the Arcane Infusion. Huge. That is massive. So, this third pack... Oh, and an Organ Hoarder, pick 11. Really, really good. Although we already have 2 and we're pretty full on the 4-drop slot. So this pack, the only things we added to our deck was a Spellrune Painter and an Arcane Infusion. We got like a Bait Hook Angler. Oh, we got Ardent Elementalist as well. So we only got like 3 cards that we're really happy to be playing in this pack. Which is really, really shitty. You know? Good thing we were able to build up most of the deck in the first 2 packs, because the last pack was such a letdown. We got a late Revenge of the Drowned gift, but again, look at our 4-drop slot. It's massive. We have 5 cards in there right now. We could probably play 6. I think we end up playing 6 here. But I don't want another Organ Hoarder. Because our deck is so slow, we could end up milling ourselves. We also have 2 Considers in there. Yeah. And we only really have Ardent Elementalist to get shit back out of the yard. You know, and then we have Arcane Infusion, Secrets of the Key with Flashback, and then 3 Bait Hook Anglers. So there is some utility in the graveyard. I just don't think. I think 3 Organ Hoarders a little overboard. So we're just going to take out the Festival Crasher. It doesn't do enough. And then put in the Firmament Sage. Hopefully we can trigger some some day-night stuff. I think blue-red is the type of deck that can best do that. And I haven't played in a while. Alright. Fine hand. 1 drop, 2 drop. 3 drop. And then if we get a land, we have a 4 drop. There's our land. We can also pitch that to Electric Revelation to try to get another island. So, let's see. Looks like that's the plan here. Although it is risky, because if we don't draw land in our next 3 draw steps, we have no 4 drop. So we can still do the investigation thing and cast Secrets of the Key out of the yard with Unblinking Observer, but it's not going to help us play Organ Hoarder or Firmament Sage. So it's a risk, but I have to hope with only 4 land in the first 10 cards, we're able to get some of our 14 land in the bottom 30 here. We would have 3 draw steps to do it. Swing and a miss! Swing and a miss. We did get considered here, and we want to do it that way. Absolutely. And we're greedy. We do know that. So, playing our Thermo Alchemist. Thermo Alchemist be damned. So we missed our 4th land drop. That's really bad. I'm already tilted. Not good. Not good. Oof. Got some big boys. We did get our 4th land there. So that's good. Now we can cast a thing. We do have blocks here. So it's basically the game is now trying to avoid nighttime. And I know they're going to be trying to flip it back and forth, so that's why I played the Firmament Sage, so they get punished if they do want to flip it around. And now we have blocks on both their creatures. That's a problem. They do have Coven, so that's a huge problem. Because they have a 0/1 and a 2 power thing. And now it's nighttime. So now that's a really big issue. It's a big, big issue. We're going to take 7 trample damage here. Yep. Yes, sir. And they can just make it night. Even if I flip it back today, they can make it night again. Oh, they did cast 2 spells that turn. They cast their Dawnhart Mentor and the Unnatural Knight. So it did flip back as well. So I got to draw 2 cards. It's pretty good. But now it is day. So let's see what we can do here. I think I punt right here. Or it's kind of a punt. Because what I should do is try to keep it day, because they're going to try to make it night anyway. And then, yeah, we'll get sucked in the mouth here. You got to take the island. And now I have 2 mana. So I can play Bait Hook Angler here and chump. They play a land here, they can flip it tonight. They play a land, they can use the pump on Dawnhart Mentor to kill whatever they want. I think they choose to do... Oh, okay. Immolation. That's fine. Don't care about that creature. Although it takes away my blocks. Now they can flip it to night and just duff me in the face. And here's where I think they goofed up. Yeah, they put it on the Bird Admirer. And I get to draw a card. And that was their second spell they cast, so I get to draw another card, and now I can jump. So I can jump the 6/5, it's not trample. Alright, if they flip it tonight, then I just have 0 blocks. So I take 4 instead of taking 10. So, fine. They draw your card. Save me 6 life, which is huge, and I get to draw another card. And now I can burn down the freaking house. So that was a top deck. That was one hell of a top deck. Although, yep, I definitely screwed that up. Yep. So I should have used Unblinking Observer to cast that. And I didn't set stops properly, because I could have cast Bait Hook Angler. I could have used 1 mana from Unblinking Observer, leaves me 2 mana open, and I didn't set my stop, so I missed on a damage from Thermo Alchemist. But now I can get back my Burn Down the House. So that was definitely a big mistake. I would say that's a big mistake from me. And now they got to do something here. I have 2 Revenge of the Drowned for tempo. I have another Burn Down the House in case things go absolutely haywire. But I'm in a decent spot here. And then my Decayed tokens, I think, are going to be relevant in this racing situation. So, yeah, they're going to have to play 2 spells a turn to keep up. And if they want it to go to night, that's just not going to work out for them. So here, I think the correct play is probably Burn Down the House with Devils and the Bait Hook Angler. To turn it back to day. And then I can just crush them. But I don't think I make that play. I think I'm stupid. Because I want to Revenge the Drowned on the Smasher. But the correct play must have been to Burn Down the House plus with Devils and then play Bait Hook Angler there. And once they put this on top, I think I'm gonna win that game. Well, I could draw a card. And it goes back today because they played Pestilent Wolf. So now, I just it's pretty easy here. Just Revenge of the Drown, or on the other Tavern Ruffian, and start beating them. Because they're at 11. They're taking 8 here unless they block with the wolf, and I don't care if they do. Right? I've already gotten my value. And then I have another 2-drop to follow up. Or again, I should be just playing Burn Down the House for the Devils. Because that seals it. I think I do end up playing Flame Channeler. Again, huge mistake. Huge mistake. Big time mistake. So I made a few different punts there. Haven't played this deck a lot, but was definitely punting. Yeah. Needed to play Burn Down the House for the Devil side. Instead of using it as like a contingency plan if somehow I needed to press my advantage. And the Devils were the best way to do that. It's a pretty tough hand. 2 4-drops and a bounce, but I think you have to keep it. I think that's still a keep. We're just really hoping for a 2-drop. We did draw Moonranger Slash, so hopefully that can help us survive. And it looks like the flood begins. That card is really good against me. I just don't have a lot of ways to interact. All my flyers are 1 power, so yeah, it's still, I just can't interact with it. I know I have Ardent Elementalist to get back Moonrager's Slash, though. So I don't mind firing it off here, saving some damage, trying to draw to this shit hand. I can play Firmament Sage next turn if they play the Wolf. Or I can play Ardent Elementalist now. Pretty easily. Ardent Elementalist. And that last game was really close, too. It was very... Until we started winning, we were definitely losing the last game. So this game, again, looks like it's shaping up to be the same way. Getting back to Slash. Have a trade for Ardent Elementalist here. So happy with that. Even though, you know, Overwhelmed Archivist gets back, comes back with Disturb, it's like, whatever. I don't care. They spent 7 mana doing that, we spent 7 mana doing this. It's an even trade. We have to do it. That card is way too important for green-blue decks. We do have Consider open. So we'll probably fire that off here as well. I don't think that card is particularly playable unless you're really, really heavy white-blue and have a ton of Disturb creatures and spirits and shit. Our mana's continuing to be super awkward. We can cast Spellrune Painter and Electric Revelation if we choose to do that, though. That card is another massive problem for us. Very strange they're milling me, though. Very strange. So they just gave me a free bait. They just gave me a free card, which is okay. Typically in Innistrad, you want to mill yourself and have synergies with it. Okay. Well, that's game over. They did fuck this up. They definitely fucked that up because they didn't minus it right away. But, yeah. We couldn't find any answer to Ren and 7. There's no way I can beat that Mythic when they have a 3/6 on the board. There's just nothing in my deck that can do it. I guess I could top deck Revenge of the Drown, but... yeah. Sludge Monster, you might think would be an answer to the 3/6, but Johnyard Amalgam is a zombie horror, and Sludge Monster only turns non-horrors into 2/2s. So it doesn't actually do anything. It does affect Pestilent Wolf, but... and they even have Startle, which they probably shouldn't have even played there. Like, who cares? Play Sludge Monster on the Wolf so they can't give it Death Touch. And then we just probably die. Mana continues to be super awkward for us. I mean, at this point, you could concede and it wouldn't be, you know, terrible. But we do have answers. We have like 3 different bounce spells for that. And then... yeah, but we just can't beat that Mythic. Only have a 3/6 and a 7/7 on the board. We can shrink it to a 2/2 with Sludge Monster, but then it just Sludge Monster dies. And when Sludge Monster dies, all the things that were shrunk go back to normal. So here I'm just trying to find something. Maybe it was correct to go to Knight to draw more, but I thought if I got a... Yeah, okay. That's sweet. So then we just get completely flooded. I do have one mana bounce spell that I think I might have already used it this game. So now the plan, I attack with Sludge Monster, make the 7/7 a 2/2. They block with Drown Yard Amalgam, and I can wipe the board. Because Burn Down the House also deals that damage to Planeswalkers. So then I could potentially get out of this. But as we know about our opponents, they always have the perfect cards. Yeah, there's just... There's no way. No effing way. Alright, and that means we have to go for it, so... So we got the blocks we wanted here, but we'll see what happens. Yep, we have one out, so... Yep. Of course they do. I mean, if they're gonna have the perfect shit, there's nothing we can do about that. Nothing we can do about that. Mythic Planeswalker with counter magic and a huge board of 8/8s and 3/6s. So can't beat that. So we start 1-1. And, you know, I wasn't too impressed with the deck when I first drafted it, so I'm thinking, oh crap. Trying to squeak out 3 wins with this is going to be tough. But we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. It's a fine hand here, too. The Thermal Alchemist Showdown. But they're red-white, and I'm blue-red, so I'm confident I can beat them in the Spell Wars. We just got to see how things shake out. And, of course, they're on the play, so that's a huge advantage. They're going to be aggressive. Take my lumps. There's no way in hell I'm blocking that Festival Crasher. If they come in with it, it's just not going to happen. There's no way. Nope. Any instant spell would kill our Spell Rune Painter, and that's our game plan. Now they let it flip to night, which is... That's a pretty big game for us. So I am fine with trading 4 damage for 2, and it looks like they're stuck on mana here, so... All good things for the home team. I just got to be careful not to double spell. And a damn good mill there as well. Now I have Moonrager's Slash for 1 mana because it's night. Our opponent's not going to be able to double spell because they're on 3 mana. Or they most likely won't be able to, so they can't flip it back. And without sack outlets, I don't know. I'm fine taking this damage. I mean, it's sketchy. Our opponent's definitely got a brew going here. But, yeah. So, easy trade for the Festival Crasher. Organ Hoarder served its purpose. And then we can just go back and start swinging in. So it's kind of awkward here. Because I don't want to double spell. But I do want to deal the damage, right? And I know I have, like, Electric Revelation and Secrets of the Key, so I can still use my mana, even if it's not, you know, developing my board. Next turn I can cast Ardent Elementalist, get back Moonrager's Slash. Yeah. So at this point they have no board, they have 4 mana. I'm feeling good right now. And then they do that again. That's rough. Yeah, they're gonna deal some damage here. I don't know if we'll see if it gets the buff. I guess it doesn't because it's on cast. So I'm going to 9. Now I'm taking quite a bit. So I'm taking, and they cast 2 spells, so they're gonna flip it back today. So I'm gonna take 7 damage lifelink. But I have Electric Revelation, so I'm going to try to look for my 1 mana bounce spell. Because if we can get that, I mean, we're big chillin'. Make sure I get my damage triggers, though. Of course not. I do get Revenge of the Drowned, which is nice. But I gotta decide if I'm taking 7 lifelink damage here. It's a tough call, you know. I know there's haste shit in red-white, but just keep poking in. Yeah. I want to flip it tonight, and then I want to have Revenge of the Drowned as backup here. That's huge for me. Them wasting their turn there in this type of position is massive. Really need to draw a land this turn, so I probably should have cast Electric Revelation to make sure I hit my land drop, but we get lucky. Now we can cast Flame Channeler and hold up Revenge for their turn. I don't want to accidentally die to some haste, so I want to make sure I have Revenge up. in case they do something crazy. There's that Fireball rare that goes face, but other than that, I'm feeling okay. I mean, they could, like, double Moonrager slash too, but they're clearly digging. But at this point, they're dead, right? Because I know I'm going to hit them. I'm going to be able to ping them with Alchemist, and then I have spells on my turn to kill them. So they have to do something here. And they have to remove a creature of mine. Probably should have just discarded Sludge Monster there. Two mana. I think they're just dead. There's nothing. Nothing that's going to save them here. They could have Cathar Commando and block a Rune Prowler, but yeah. Stolen Vitality. That was close. That was a close one. That turn where they stole my thing and gave it lifelink was pretty rough. And flipped it back today. This is rough. This is rough. I think you still keep it, because any land, and I can play Spellrune Painter, and I do have a 2-drop in my hand. So I think you keep. You know, I can go 2-drop, 3-drop with any land. Alright. Rough. That is rough. So, looking for an island. Even if we draw an island this turn, it doesn't change our play. We still play Spellrune Painter, but we draw a mountain. Okay. So now we have all blue cards in hand after this turn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that card. It's whatever. I'm just gonna take. I know what they're doing. They're just gonna use draw a card and flip. So it doesn't matter. It can only end poorly for me if they if I block there. So we did, but them doing that caused flip to night, which is really good. It gave us our Spellrune Howler. Now it's going to get plus. And then we drew our island. So that was massive. That was a pretty big game. So they just wasted all that. And now they're going to take 7. So that was a huge waste of time and mana for them. And Revenge just wrecked them. And it's going to give us a 2/2. This is where I started to think, okay, Revenge of the Drowned is pretty damn good. Yeah. Opponent's like, fuck, what do I do? Do I put that thing on top? And they did. They did. I mean, that's good for me. I don't know why they would put it on top. But they wanted to try this again. They had the land, okay. So they can play it, and then, I don't know, they can double spell here and turn it back to day. So maybe that's what they were thinking. I mean, they can, yeah, play that, spend the 2 mana. Yeah, they can double spell. Now it's daytime. So that's rough. But we do have Fading Hope here to play a trick on them. And Secrets of the Key. So if we swing here, they try to double block. They're going to have a bad time. Oh. I think we'll just set up. It's probably a mistake doing that. I could have flipped it tonight. It was definitely a mistake doing that. I could have flipped it tonight by not casting any spells, and then also had up Fading Hope or Secrets of the Key. So it was better to do that, to try to save my creature, Spellrune Painter, because that's how I'm winning this game. But I was thinking I really wanted that second island. So, luckily for me, we aren't punished, but we very well could have been. And then we drew the island anyway. And we still have a blowout here, if we want. I definitely should have attacked with the Observer as well. You know what? I probably should have attacked with everything. I probably should have swung with the whole fucking team. Yeah, that was silly. Should have swung with the team there. No reason not to. I mean, yeah, they get value off Gale Drifter, but who cares? This means it can't go back tonight because I have to do this to protect my thing. I wanted to take the 3-power thing off the board. And also, I didn't think they were going to have time to use it. I didn't really care about the decay token. They were on the back foot. So, yeah. But that still might have been a mistake to do. I think, especially now that they have that extra land there. Now they can cast and sack with Ecstatic Awakener. Yeah, I think I fucked that up too. Wanted to do that so they couldn't get value from their Graveyard Hate there. So yeah, I think I could have done that a lot better. Thermo Alchemist is good here. Can't swing. I guess I can get in there with the Decay token and just make him do it. So I can trade a Decay token here for it, which is fine. Also probably a mistake. Because they were going to do that anyway. So I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Man, I tried my damnedest to punt this one. Wow. Watching your replays really helps. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, they're going to do that anyway. I do have double blocks with Flame Channeler and Painter on Awoken Demon, but it's sketchy to do that. Although you'd think they would have killed one of them if they had the removal. At this point already. Now we're in trouble from Falcon Abomination. So we take 6 here, yeah. No, no, I think that's the correct block. He's gonna get flooded. No, okay, good. Good, good. Another Painter. Good. Alright, so we can cast out our hand here. We just dump out the hand and try to survive. Yeah, I think I could have been in a much better spot if I would have done some things differently. I could have had an extra decay token creature. Defenestrate. Sucks, but here we are. An extra decay token. The Abomination would have been dead. And then they would have had a 3/2 flyer. I mean, it's still a 3/2 flyer, either way. And here we just got to get ready for the blowout. Because they're going to have some. They don't make this attack if they don't. And they use Defenestrate, so it's, you know, so we know that they have another thing. And that's got to go to the bottom. Revenge of the Drowned. So now we're going to have to make some effing magic happen here. With Thermal Alchemist. Organ Hoarder's a good start. About the worst grip of cards I could hope to see, or not hope to see. We take Bait Hook Angler though, right? Because then we can double block on the 4/4 and then double block on the Falcon Abomination. Or we could just, we wouldn't even need to, we could just, yeah. I think it's fine to do either way, because we still have a double block on, with Angler and Organ Hoarder on Awoken Demon. Another decay token, so that's really sketchy. And this is where they decide to alpha, I think. And that was how they screwed it up. We'll see. I mean, we've already done a pretty good job of screwing this one up, but... Yep, they're gonna alpha here. And I'm not sure why. I just don't know. I think about this block for a bit, because this, I mean, takes me to 1, right? This block takes me to 1. There's other ways to do this in which you don't go to 1. Like, this still puts me to 1, but, you know, I trade for the Scob instead, and then, yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's the correct block. Yeah. This way I have a way to stop the Falcon Abomination with 2 Hook Hunt Drifters. They do get another 2/2 flyer here. Oh, which they can cast that now. Yeah, that's really tough. Oh god. So we top deck Consider. Really good top deck. What do we got? We want that. Definitely need that. So that's how it starts. Okay. And then we got Moonrager Slash. And that is game, and I don't even see it yet. But this is actually lethal. Lethal right here. Because, if they have a counter, they have a way to gain life. I didn't even think about it. I don't realize it until next turn. Man, I'm just screwed up. And they know it. They know I have it, because Moonrager Slash goes face. It goes face. So I tap with Thermal Alchemist, deal him 1. Moonrager Slash deals him 3, untaps Thermal Alchemist, and then I deal him 5 point of damage. So we just top decked. Really, the only cards that could have done that in the actual proper order. And here's where I realize it. Here's where I realize how I fucked that up. And how I could have just opened myself up to any sort of life gain, any sort of counter spell, whatever way that they can dodge. I just realized it. Goes face. Goes face. Alright, as soon as I get priority back, I know what to do. There we go. Oh, that was lucky. That was really lucky. Man. And it didn't even need to be that hard. I don't think it had to be that hard. We just didn't do things optimally there at all. We were just kind of throwing cards around. So, well, we got there. We got there. We're at 1 with that crazy comeback. That was ridiculous. All right, what the hell's going on? That felt like 10 games, but we're only on 3 wins. We're only done 4 games so far. 3 wins, 1 loss. Kind of insane. Arena, I've noticed, has been taking a while to load up matches. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the servers are dying because so many people are trying to jam Innistrad drafts. Sketchy, but it's a keep because we have Secrets of the Key and Consider to try to find a mountain. And there it is. Here's the mountain we needed. Always feels good to start the game off with a turn 2 Thermal Alchemist. We only have 1 of them in our deck, too, so we've been finding it. Easy block. I don't care. I give no fucks. I know it's an important card, but I can't allow that type of damage just to go through. And Falcon Abomination continues just to be a huge problem for my deck to deal with. I just don't have the removal for it. And there's a lot of removal that deals with it, you know. I just don't have any in my deck. That's aggressive. Okay, that's very aggressive. And it could be maybe they were, I don't know what they were looking for. I'm not sure why they did that, but Flame Channeler is just a 2/2. Okay, it's a 2/2 for 2. Yeah, I guess you get value, you get to draw a card off your Occultist dying, but, like, who cares? Got a 3/2 now, but happy to trade that for Organ Hoarder, so we'll just get our value from Thermal Alchemist and our cheap spells, and play the Hoarder. And get going. Get moving. Pretty easy choice there. 8 lands we've seen now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. We're getting a little flooded, but snap trade here. Easy. Easy peasy. Already got my value from Organ Hoarder. And I want to play the long game. Bat Whisper is a problem. Big problem. Because we can't deal with flyers. We don't have any flyers. We have actually, we do have 3 Bait Hook Anglers. We just can't get them. That stop a 1/1 token, but here we are. So I'm just going to try to trade the Spellrune Painter. There's no way I can take 7 here. Yep. Snap trade. And then I draw my card. My token. Think I'm going to get flooded? Yeah. Yep. Flooded to shit. Alright. So, looking terrible. I'm going to end up Revenge of the Drowning on a bat token. Pretty bad. I just can't, you know, I can't deal with the damage anymore. I do get a couple points in this way as well, with the Decay token. And then hopefully we can just draw to this crazy flood. That's 12 land, I think, now, right? Because we discarded 2, there's 10 in hand. 12 land, and we have 6 spells. So 18 cards in the deck. 12 fucking land. Finally, Bait Hook Angler. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm a little salty. 20 cards, so it was after 19 cards we had, after 19 cards we had drawn 13 land. 19 cards, 13 land. I don't know what the odds are of that. We have 4 land left in our whole deck. We have 4. 4 land in the last 21 cards. Now we're at 20, we drew 1 at the top, so at one point, 21 cards left in the deck, only 4 were land. Pretty insane. Our opponent does also looks like they're flooding. They might be, but we've drawn way more cards than they have. Way more. There we go. There's an answer to Falcon Abomination before we effing die. So I can cast the second one and cast Moonrager Slash here. But I will switch it back to day. So, yeah. Make sure I get my triggers. Definitely thought they were going to have something to stop me from being able to kill that. Thankfully. Probably should just be attacking with these decay tokens when I can. Doesn't make any sense not to. I have no sacrifice synergies. And they have no blockers, so it's silly for me not to attack with that. Oh, not drawing land really turned the game around. Yeah, after drawing 13 of them in the first 19 cards. Pax Betrayal again. I've never seen this card, and now I've seen it twice. Insanity. So they can ping me. Go to 6. Now I'm just gonna have another thing. Like, are they splashing for Pax Betrayal? What the heck's going on here? What is going on with this deck? Five, and I'm definitely blocking here, right? Yeah, that really fucked me. That was really fucking bad. Yep, that was terrible. I'm at 3. Things are not looking good, but we've already drawn all but 4 land in our entire deck, so... Finally, I use them. And they're out of cards. They're out of cards now. So they've drawn in 18 cards. They've drawn 9 land, so they are a little bit flooded as well. Nothing like what we were, but where we drew 13 land in 19 cards. But burn down the house. That's a good one. That helps out a lot. Now I can make some devils, and hopefully that gives us the reach we need to win the game. We'll see how they top deck, but... But, I mean, a top deck Moonrager Slash kills us. Oh, they top deck a rare. Yeah. Yep. They top deck a rare. So now we need a way to deal with Ludovic, because they have a flying creature in the yard. So we need a way to bounce or Revenge of the Drowned Ludovic. Or we're just dead. I mean, we do have a flyer to block it 1 turn, but it's not what we need. Not what we need either. In case we're able to draw our single mana bounce. Didn't get it. Okay. So we're gonna have to go to 1 here, and then we're gonna deal 3 for our opponent. So I gotta try to get the reach here to take him out. And maybe that's a mistake. It might be. But they're going to be swinging in. I could have waited for another turn. Could have waited for 1 more turn. But they just top deck their rare. I guess we top deck burn down the house, but I mean the Devils aren't doing a whole lot. And go to 1. Now on Crackback, yeah, I guess that's another good reason to swing there. Because on Crackback, they're at 4. And then we can Sludge Monster and cast Firmament Sage because we were so flooded. And that makes it so it doesn't fly anymore, and it'll trade with Sludge Monster. So I'm gonna swing here, play the Firmament Sage. I have 3 blockers, so even if they have another steal for my creature, I'm still okay. And it was night there, so I get to draw a card, and I get Revenge of the Drowned, so I'm feeling better. But if they were able to remove Sludge Monster that turn, their creature gets flying again, and we're dead. So we got there. That was really, really that's the 2nd time this run that we've had a 1 life victory. Holy shit. That was close. What an epic game. My goodness. I shouldn't have played the land there. No, I didn't play a land there. Okay. Yeah. That was really close. They had a way to remove Sludge Monster, we were dead. So Sludge Monster won us 1. It hasn't actually attacked yet, but it did win us that game. Yeah, this is a damn marathon run. This is crazy. These games have been ridiculous. Another sketch hand, but you got to keep it. 2 landers are always sketchy to me, but you got to keep this one. We have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop, a 4-drop, and a 5-drop, so if we can just draw a land. They start off with a turn 1 rare. That's not great. But we have Burn Down the House, and we have Ardent Elementalist to get it back if we need to. So as long as we can draw lands, hopefully we can get our ass out of this. So like a turn 1 rare into turn 2 synergy uncommon. Scry, make sure we, yep, we want to keep that land. Alright, need to start drawing some lands. We drew Consider, which is really good. So hopefully that helps us find a mountain. That is not a mountain. So we're going to have to play Consider here. We'll swing in maybe. Or do we just... Yeah. I think we really need to find that mountain. But we're going to miss a land drop. We're going to go to Knight. So hopefully we can shut off attacks for them. Vengeful Strangler. Oh, this is the big punt. So I play Consider. I see a mountain. And I hit the wrong button. Oh no, I didn't hit the wrong button. Okay. We got our mountains. So now, it's just survival. We just gotta survive. I think we just chill. I mean, this isn't even that good for us. Because this board state is shit. So, yeah. This isn't even really, like, great. And they're holding up all their mana, like... But we do get to get in for 5 here, if this works. I guess we're not. We're just gonna go in for 3. They probably don't block. If they do, that's fine. Probably should have just got in for 5 there. Maybe I was trying to draw the blocker or a removal or something. I don't know what I was thinking. So here, correct plays Organ Hoarder and Beta Hook Angler. Let me get there. But I do switch it back today, but whatever. Good to see that card. And then it'll be daytime. And opponents, you know, they're still ahead. Right? They have 5 cards in hand. And now they're playing really super annoying 2/4 flyers. I think they gooped up there and they thought they would get another decay token. Because you see him hover over Ghoulish Procession there. But Revenge does mad work here. So it allows us to get in for 4. Then they have to redraw, waste their whole turn. So yeah. Also, that Skrillex is a horror, so Siege Monster doesn't work against it. I swear to God. Every time we draft a rare, it's the most useless thing. Whenever we think we have a good rare. It's ridiculous. another painter, that's good for us. That's really good for us. But now the game slowed down. I'm going to go ahead and get my creatures out, grab back, burn down the house. Although I could have probably got back Revenge of the Drowned, and it would have been just as good, if not better. But they did have a lot of cards in hand. And then I could make 3 Devils with it, but I still think it's kind of sketch for me to grab that. I just grabbed the rare without really thinking. One thing I didn't think about, I can use Sludge Monster on my own Decayed tokens, and they lose Decay. They just become 2/2s. This way, my Howler, my Spellrune Painter, survives Burn Down the House, so hopefully I can get in for a little bit of damage. Opponent's on 5 land. How many cards have they drawn? Our opponents, I swear, they get, I don't know, 6 land. Alright. It's a pretty stalled out board. But I can get in there. I'm gonna take a chance. Like, if shit goes wrong, I can always burn down the house, you know? Luckily for me, they didn't have a trick, so we just get to kill one of the Skrelixes. And then we have Electric Revelation again, if we need it. And we drew Moonrager's Slash, so that's really good too. So we can go face with that. Like, there's lots we can do. They're just raw dogging a cut person. I'm not sure why. They must have been saving that up for a while, but once you're on the back foot, that card doesn't do a whole lot. But they did cast 2 spells, you know, so they flipped their wolf around. That's a bummer. So we're kind of stalemated again. But we have a land. We can pass the turn, cast Electric Revelation and Arcane Infusion. Pitch the island, so we just draw a shit ton. I think that's what we're doing. Like, I don't think they can grind us out here. You just have so many cards. Village Watch is a thing. But they run it into us. I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, bizarre. At this point, I don't know. They're just sick of it and they want the game to be over with. I'm like trying to do the math in my head. What? What is going on? They know I have that. You can just see that. Duff. Okay. They dealt me 3. Threw away a 5-drop. Okay. Seems good. I kind of want to use Arcane Infusion on offense now, because I can set up that attack again. It is kind of awkward, because I can't do anything else, but... They only have one card in hand, so I'm not too worried. Yep. A little Death Toucher. Now I can Sludge Monsterize their Big Boy Scob. Shrink all their zombies. Yeah, those Skrelixes didn't do anything here. They were just 2/4s. That did something. That is something. That is one hell of a mythic. And honestly, they only had one instant or sorcery. That's all they had. It was the only one they cast the entire game. And they should eat, and it was night, so now they get to switch it back to day. They kill my Sludge Monster. Yeah. The Leer is a bomb. That card's a freaking bomb. If you build around it, I just don't think they built around it very well. And at this point, I'm just like, alright, fuck this. I'm gonna blow up the world. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm so far up on cards, right? But I can burn down the house. It's fine. I'll wipe the board. They get a little decay thingy, but who cares? And they do get value from their disturbed creatures as well. So I guess it's not as good, but... I mean, I can't take all that damage there. And they gotta know it's coming, so... Yep. Good 9 mana. No, I couldn't have done all the things to keep Spell Rune Painter alive, so whatever. Just wipe the board. Because they blocked there, and chose to trade a real creature, or eat a creature, they didn't get their little token too, which is nice. So now we're thinking about, oh shit, we don't have a lot of cards left. This attack might be a mistake, but they don't block. I think it was better just to Moonrager slash that. Because I'm winning this damage race. Like, I don't care about... You know, I'm more at risk of decking at this point. So I'm just going to dump out my hand now. Just get them. Get them. Yeah, that's what you want your turn to look like the turn after you rat. Play 4 creatures. And I think I fucked up the tapping as well, or Arena fucked it up for me. I could have had Arcane Infusion up. But they had a good turn. They had a really good turn. Opponent also has only drawn, like, what, 8 lands? Be nice. Must be nice. Nothing. 6 cards left in the library. Punch out one of these damn things, right? I'm wondering if I can go face. It doesn't work going face, but this does transform my Flame Channeler here. It could have been worth it going face, or attacking, waiting for blocks, then shooting something, because I might have been able to get a sneaky win. And now they, you know, they have to block somewhere. So they'd be at 1 with this block. I can trade with the Angler, yeah. Get a decay token. And then we'd go down to 8 here, and they have 1 card in hand, and then another that they're gonna draw. With 8 land, yeah. We got there. Another crazy epic game. Holy shit. Jeez, this deck has been ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Got them all. That's not a good sign. Not sure what the correct thing to do there was. I kept the rare, but that very well may have been wrong. Might have been correct to keep Ardent Elementalist, but I didn't have any spells in my hand either. So. Although I did have Organ Hoarder, which is going to be able to dump a spell in the yard. Yeah. Interloper is super scary to see on turn 2, especially for this deck. They have the vampire synergies. We are pretty boned, but that's not a big deal. Oh, they have Eaten Alive. Is this the second time an opponent's done this exact same play? This is not what you want to do. It's just a 2-drop. Flame Channeler is not a big deal. I guess they were screwed on mana, and so they needed to find their second color. I'm looking for Consider specifically, and I happen to find it, so I could find a land. Gotta go in the yard. Gotta try to find that land. It is not a land. So, that was like, yes, 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 no. Nope. Not what we wanted. Alchemist is already putting in some damn work, though. That's for sure. Alchemist has dealt them 5 damage so far. Right? Another Interloper. Really bad. Really bad. No land. Really bad. Really bad. So I gotta kill the Interloper here. Oh, I decide not to? No. No, that can't be. I can't take 4 in the air. I do? Okay, so I just gooped up. Well, no. Here's my thought process. If I draw a mountain, I can burn down the house because I have the ramp from Unblinking Observer. Now they have the rare, but we top deck the mountain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very, very lucky. Yeah, I mean, we gotta do that. If I had another land, I could Sludge Monster it. But, yeah. And the Devils wouldn't actually be too bad in this situation because they can just ping the Interlopers. Alright. Thermal Alchemist got him down to 11 so far. Thermal Alchemist did 9 damage. But now they have 5 cards in hand. We have 3. We have some good ones. We have Organ Hoarder to help catch us up, but we are behind. We are very far behind. We know the opponent's on all spells. You drew that 5th land. We can Sludge Monster this Bat Whisperer and hopefully take over here. I think I remember, yeah. The 3rd Vampire Interloper. But I have plans. I have 2 mana up. He's neither night nor day. So if I swing with this Sludge Monster, I can ooze up the Interloper. If they double block and try to hit me with Olivia's Midnight Ambush, I can Moonrager Slash in response and get him with a 3-for-1. And that 3-for-1 would put me back to even here. So what they should have done is let that happen, then Olivia's. Because there's no pump that would save it, my creature. If they did that prior, because they wanted to save one of their creatures. And that's what opened up to the 3-for-1. And then we can just play Baithook Angler, and now we're looking good. Looking real good. And they scoop. They've seen enough. We were down to 1 card in hand, but we did have some card draw from it. So we were looking really good. And then we're going to Sludge Monster everything that they played, so they just get 2/2s forever. I don't think there's any horrors in Black Red. There's zombies and vampires. Blue has some. And then Blue-Red has 1. This is a good hand. This looks good. Consider 2 Spellrune Painters and an Organ Hoarder. We'll take it. We will take it. It'd be nice to have like a chill, relaxing game after these damn slugfests we've had with this deck. Being greedy, and then we draw our damn Thermal Alchemist, but we're being super greedy here. I haven't been impressed with Ghoulish Procession yet. I mean, it's annoying, yes, but I don't know. It hasn't, like, I don't know. I've been able to ignore it. So, I've got to have something here. Right? Yep, Covert Cuppers. My hand's looking good. Opponent's running out of cards. So I'm surviving. The 3 toughness on Spellrune Painter has been real nice. That's a problem. That is a big-ass problem. We do have Revenge of the Drowned, which cleans that up pretty nicely, but that is a problem. I still can't even get in next turn. So I have 5 mana here. Can't swing. I mean, I could try, but I'll just flip it back to night. Now I could start swinging too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Super awkward. I should have flashed the Geist last turn, but because now I can't cast another spell, so that's really bad. Or I guess I could. I mean, I could just. Oh yeah, I could cast Firmament Sage and then get the card draw. That's that's pretty good. So that's awesome. Okay. Yeah. I can keep casting that stupid 7/6. That thing is a problem for my deck. No. Well, hoping to find my 1-mana bounce. But it looks like I'm just going to be taking 7 here. But I mean, so they swing, they hit me for 7, and I should have a crackback in theory. But they have 3 cards in hand, and they have another huge fatty. Huge fatty. So that's a big problem. So I gotta flip it to Knight here. I get to draw a card. And then I have enough spells to make my Painter a 7/8. And deal him 3 damage. Elementalist is a good draw. I can get back Revenge of the Drowned. Man, I'm stressing. These are like crazy games. That is like the last card I wanted to see. Their hand is so good. It was just so good. These massive fatties and Fax energies and all that shit. Here's where I think they goofed up, though. It's when they swing out. I gotta take 7. Right. Oh, I'm taking 6. No, I should block that Dreadhound, right? So once they do that, I know they only have 2 white mana, so I know I can do the thing. But then it was a mistake for me to block with the Organ Hoarder on Dreadhound because I can grow my Spell Ruin Howler enough to just eat the Dreadhound. But I do stand a good chance here of getting a Revenge of the Drowned or Fading Hope. But now I lose my Organ Hoarder, which I shouldn't have had to do. Oh, actually, no, the way that they ordered blocking. Yep, okay, so I do keep it. All right, yep, no. That was good. That was really good. Okay. Ha! Yep, I'm a genius. Yep. So that was just a complete blowout. Complete, just got wrecked. And now I have crackbacks, and oh my gosh. I think he did flip it today, but I'm good. That's just gonna help me draw a card here. And I have Ardent Elementalist to get more shit. Like, this is just insane. Did I miss a point of damage there? I might have missed a point of damage from Alchemist. Wouldn't surprise me. So I can get back my bounce. Fading Hope. And then bounce their 4/4. Yep. Tapped wrong, because I had Consider in hand. Thanks, Arena. Alright! That was crazy. That was an epic run. So, blue-red spells, turns out it does work. It does work. That's 7 wins. Yeah. Super happy with that deck. Did not think we were going to get there. Did not think we were going to get there at all, but somehow we made it happen with some really, really epic, intense games. So, yeah, that'll do it.